And welcome everybody to the Daily Space Weather. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Welcome to space. Today's video is entitled Pathetic Propagandistic Populaces Prevent Practical Positive Processes. Let me repeat that. Pathetic propagandistic populaces prevent practical positive processes. Let's take a look at the sun. Since the video's about space weather. Active region there in the northwest, moving into a setting mode, 0 sunspots. And we see a subsiding solar wind speed, finally. Earthquake risk remains high. And this just in, breaking news from SNN. Scientists have determined that you're a douche. Just kidding, folks. Our viewers would never be a douche. Here's that active region in the northwest in 304 angstroms. What a fantastic view. Better yet, how about 171 angstroms? A little prominence there to the north of that as well. Right up in this region, you see a little prominence pop up. Right there. Good stuff. And a good view of this plage here. And let's move on to some more data. The radio flux is down to 72. Here's a graph of the sunspot number progression of the past approximately 3 years and the radio flux for the past approximately 3 years. Again, the 10.7 centimeter radio flux, a good proxy for sunspot number, currently at 72 solar flux units. Thanks for leaving a comment. Be stoic. A solar monitoring system technician. That's amazing. Well, if you can get a job doing that, man, that sounds like a pretty good setup for you. Almost as good as the Smash News Network. All right, so in any case, the KP index is down to 2, having been steady at that level for the past 15 hours. We don't see any solar flares, and don't get the solar flares and coronal mass ejections confused, folks. People get it confused all the time. Solar flares are photons. Coronal mass ejections are mostly protons. We don't see any uptick in the proton flux. Let's look at the real-time solar wind. Current solar wind density down to 5.3 protons per cubic centimeter. Solar wind speed to 460 kilometers a second. A steady ramp down over the past 24 hours. And again, earthquake risk remains elevated here as we had a series of geomagnetic storms. Speaking of the geospace, here's 4 hours of the magnetosphere movies, which we show daily on the channel. If you're wondering what was happening at a different time, go look at one of our older videos. You can view all of our playlists at youtube.com/smashomash/playlists. And this courtesy of University of Michigan Geospace Model. Here are the ground magnetic perturbations. During this polar excursion, if you weren't aware, we've got 2 north poles, one over northern Canada, one over northern Siberia. The South Pole has left the Antarctic continent, nowhere near the geographic South Pole. It's somewhere over here in the southern Indian Ocean, south of Australia. And there's 4 hours of data on changes in the Earth's B field, the B field being the field that goes through a magnet. Here's the 3 days of the GOES magnetometer information, and we're expecting this to be a little bit smoother here over the next day or two as a result of what the current sheet is looking like. So here's the magnetic environment here on the Gong 2 data. It's the top view ecliptic plane field plot. We are solidly in the South Pole oriented current sheet shown here in red, and I'm expecting us to stay there for the near future. Again, we should see smoother readings on the GOES magnetometers. Here's the line of sight field plot, which shows you the B field in blue of the sun. No major perturbations there in the sun's B field. Here's the coronal magnetic field plot. And this shows you closed potential field force lines in pink, coronal hole potential field force lines in purple, and open potential field force lines in black. Nothing too exciting going on there. Today's smash lights will have to be postponed until a later time. We may put out a second video as there is lots of stuff to cover. Let's take a moment to suggest that you press like and subscribe over on YouTube, as the video cannot continue as you press like, until you press like and subscribe here at the Smash News Network. We can't go on until you press like and subscribe. Don't worry, you can pause the video. We'll be here when you get back. Also, perhaps click our links. We have links to all kinds of stuff. YouTube.com/smAsho. We're also on BitChute, and there is exclusive content there, such as this video about the train wreck dumpster fire known as the DNC. Yes. We made this lovely thumbnail here featuring Liz Warren, Tom Steyer, and Bernie Sanders during their most cringeworthy moment of their little primary debate, which was hilarious. It featured a moment when Liz Warren and Bernie Sanders called each other liars, and Tom Steyer, the guy with the tartan tie there, he stood in the background trying to say hi to Bernie. Here's a clip. And stupidity on Tesla's part. The car doesn't even have a line of code informing it that there are no speed limits of 85 miles per hour in the US. Ouch. Yeah, Tesla's been eating it lately. Let's talk about fraud. Let's briefly talk about fraud. You know what fraud is. It's when you intentionally deceive somebody in order to induce some other thing to happen, like insurance fraud or election fraud or science fraud. Have you noticed any of that stuff? Have you noticed a certain cadre of fraudulent organizations coming out with propaganda and promoting lies and nonsense and all kinds of stuff that isn't the truth, paying people thousands of dollars a month through Google Junkware AdSense to lie to your viewers, to their viewers, I should say. Let's talk about another BitChute exclusive. A video about how big tech is dying, alt tech is winning, economics, illiterates, and the Smash Forum, which we'll refer to later. Here's a clip.
Let us go forward. Let us beat Trump.
We're pretty cool.
Let us go forward. Let us beat Trump.
Yeah, let us go forward. Let us beat Trump with this idiot. BitChute.com/smAsho. Thanks to our subs over there. We do stream live daily, most days to Twitch. It's twitch.tv/smAsho. If you want to see the content live, we're not going to even talk about COVID today. We are going to feature a Sharticle later, so don't forget to tune in later for our Smash Lights segment. And we'll be talking about Sharticles, jumping the shark, formerly trusted science organizations completely losing all of their trust by printing straight-up political propaganda. There is a playlist also. It's youtube.com/smAsho/playlists. You'll see Smash Lights. You'll see cosmology segments. You'll see the daily space weather video content. So subscribe to our playlists as well. And perhaps go look at some old videos. See if you can prove me wrong any place. Here's a one-year graph of the relativistic electron flux as provided from solon.info. And we see the highest levels here that we've seen for about a year. So we see some pretty significant charging hazards here for satellites. Don't be surprised to see GPS errors and other satellite communication problems going on, as there are too many electrons up there right now for what we would prefer for satellite behavior. And the NOAA forecast here is for it to remain level here. I wouldn't be surprised to see it go a little higher here. It did actually get higher yesterday, then it did the day before, then it did the day before. So we brought up the 7-day chart here to show you that Electron Storm, which continues till this moment, to the point where the scale's been expanded. The entire scale only includes the area above the alert threshold. Here is the total electron content forecast. It's showing you a visualization of the entire air column. And we're expecting some significant GPS errors here, especially if you're around the equator at noontime. Anyway, there's the data. Here's one slice of that, just the ionosphere layer. It's looking a little bit anomalous here, surprisingly discharged throughout part of this one-day run. More recently, looking pretty normal here. Here's the most recent couple of hours. Latest image coming through at 8:15 Universal Time, looking pretty normal there. I like to use in-the-sky.org to make myself star charts. If you're up before dawn, you may see Mars and the Moon practically overlapping. They're so close I can't even click on the Moon. And you might see Venus also, now in the constellation Leo. Here's what's going on in the solar system. And there's where we expect things to be in a week, on 10/10/2020. An interesting date. And thanks again for leaving comments. Be stoic. I certainly hope you get the job. Yeah, fantastic. I would be very interested if one of our viewers became a solar monitor. That would be amazing. So good luck with that. Not to imply that you would need luck. Let's look at the earthquakes of the past 24 hours. We didn't see anything over a 6 magnitude, and we are still experiencing an earthquake drought of 7, 8, and 9 magnitude quakes. I think this is the largest of the past 24, actually, near the Antarctic continent and the South Shetland Islands. It's a 5.8 magnitude. Really, it's a significant earthquake drought here. There's a deep quake in the Dominican Republic. It's only a 3.7 magnitude. There's a deep quake in Afghanistan. And another one, nearly 100 kilometers there. They're both small. Really, it's an earthquake drought, folks. A 4.9 strikes the Philippines. That's at depth, nearly 130 kilometers. Another Filipino quake. That's at a 4.7 magnitude, 182 kilometers. And here's a 4.5 at Argentina, also at depth, 119 kilometers. And since then, a 4-hour lull in earthquakes, basically. So yeah, if you're in an earthquake-prone zone, please have a plan to be an asset, not a liability in the event of a disaster. Earthquake droughts end in earthquakes. Next, looking at volcanoes here on Volcano Discovery. On the list is Abico, producing a 7,000-foot ash plume. Popocatépetl producing a 22,000-foot ash plume. As it explodes, Sangay also exploding. Flight level 200, 20,000 feet. Revenador exploding. Flight level 150, 15,000 feet. And Sabancaya exploding. Please do not attempt to pole vault the caldera. It's producing a 25,000-foot ash plume. It could be unhealthful. We've got some anomalously low temperatures here. And you can see the northern peninsula there of Michigan experiencing a hard freeze warning and frost advisories for a significant portion of the Northeast. We're going to show you temperature anomalies right after we show you jet streams. And you can see this cold mass of air being pulled down from Canada all the way down to the southern states there, practically to the Gulf of Mexico. There are the jets of the eastern world. Here are the jets of the those were the western world. Here are the eastern world's jets. Pretty coherent in the northern hemisphere and tripled up in the southern hemisphere. Let's take a look at the poles. And there's the view from the South Pole. Here's the view from the North Geographic Pole. A little more coherent, really, on both ends of the planet. And check out the temperature anomalies here. So lots of people, about 2/3 of the country here, experiencing some cold temperatures. And those anomalies are going to continue until about Tuesday. And you can see some very cold temperatures here around Missouri, southern Illinois, southern Indiana, and western Kentucky there. Going to be seeing temperatures like 16 degrees below normal there. And those are Celsius degrees, 16 degrees Celsius below normal. Here are the water vapor maps for Europe and Africa. We've got viewers from, at least from Europe. Leave us a comment if you're from one of those continents. Here are the water vapor maps for the Far East and Oceania. Shout out to our viewers from those locations. Here's me vanishing, checking the chat and the stream of the live, otherwise known as the life of the stream. Here are the water vapor maps for the Americas. We do have another tropical system right here. We won't get into it today. It's the daily space weather. Anyway, there's that data. I just wanted to show you snow depth real quick, as there's more stories all the time about how Greenland's going to melt. OMG, OMG, Greenland's going to melt. Summer has just ended. How much snow do you think is there? Well, there's more than 5 meters there. Oh my God, there's only 5 inches there, but right here there's more than 5 meters. Here there's only 188.2 inches, so oh my God, Greenland is melting. Actually, it's probably gaining snow and ice now. And let's just view the pressure as we do most days. And there's where pressure cells are now. Here's where pressure cells are expected to be via the GFS forecast at 1 p.m. my time tomorrow. High pressure across almost the entire country there. And we see significant Caribbean lightning once again. Let's check it out on the NASA lightning mapper. This one here is lightningmaps.org. And there's that current situation of lightning in the Caribbean. An extreme lightning set of about 3 days here. We've been covering this for about 3 days. And major lightning, especially the southern Caribbean. Here's a U.S. Doppler radar map. I don't know why it's not animated, but now it is. Anyway, there's the situation there. Here's what's going on in the cloud layer. And let's take a look at the Gulf of Mexico real quick, as there are some convergences happening there. See if we've got a good view of that system, and indeed we do. Not a very strong counterclockwise rotation coming out of that. And let's look at water vapor for the same region. Lots of moisture in the air there. Those are some high, cold cloud tops, folks. Yowzers, that is a lot of moisture. And we're going to also zoom in on this area down here, as there is some activity there as well. Shout out to our viewers from the Midwest. Hopefully that gives you some insight into how those systems are moving. We click on a lot of links, so you don't have to. By the way, thanks to the Smash team. Consider becoming a member of the Smash team by getting yourself a Smash shirt, perhaps. You can link to all of that stuff at smAsho.org. We'll talk about it in a minute. Thanks to our patrons, the true source of funding for the content. Please consider becoming a patron if you haven't done so. It's patreon.com/smAshomash. By the way, we update the credits crawl on every second of every month. And they are listed in order of lifetime contribution. If you haven't checked out smAshomash.com/forum, check it out. You can link to it from smAshomash.org, which will redirect you to smAshomash.com. Click on the forum. We've pinned the October contest into all of the forums. We're giving away a free shirt in October. All you got to do is go to forums, sign up with your email address, and type the word "sign me up." We're expecting the design for the newest clothing to be completed today. Yes, We'll post it here in this thread, which is now pinned to all forums. Tell your friends and foes, science noobs and science pros. It will be a really cool design, but for now the subject matter is classified. Hashtag all things matter. Condensed matter matters. So read all about it at the SMASH forum, in the cosmology forum, perhaps. Or maybe heliophysics, or maybe earth and geophysics. You can also link to our stores there. Today's featured shirt is our Mansa shirt, inviting you to make America not suck again, since it's up to you. Now, I'm currently wearing the I've survived a global pandemic so far shirt in gold. By the way, Teespring offers a 100% satisfaction guarantee. If they send you anything and you're not completely satisfied, they will replace it or make it good whatever way. Maybe consider getting yourself a Mansa shirt in Republican red, right? Well wishes to President Trump and Melania. I was incorrect when I forecasted that they would experience 0 symptoms. Also, check out our affiliate link. We've got some new items there that you may not have seen yet. smAshomash.com/affiliate. We've got all kinds of PPE and real respirators and hazmat suits and stuff like that, as well as some electronics. The latest items are vitamin C, vitamin E, Coleman's mustard, and the Misto brushed aluminum oil olive oil sprayer. Vitamin C, don't have a deficiency. Am I still? Have I not? Vanished. Bestoic says Sweden's magnetometers are jacked up, say KP of 8. Sounds like a failure. I don't think the KP's 8. Anyway, don't have a vitamin C deficiency, maybe pick up a bottle of Nature's Bounty, 500 milligram chewable. Are those chewable? I don't think those are chewable. In any case, you can link to all of that from smashomash.org. Check out our affiliate. We've just kind of dipped our tippy toe into the affiliate space here, as we've got interesting products to offer for our viewers. Don't have a vitamin C deficiency or a vitamin D deficiency or a zinc deficiency. And thanks for flying, American Smashways. Please keep your head and arms inside the Smash plane at all times, as we've got bonus features, which will include a 131 angstroms aqua blue 48-hour SDO video, a colorized magnetogram, and an intensitygram to show you 0 sunspots. Let's take a look at this active region here. Doesn't look like a sunspot to me. We ain't got no sunspots. Here's the intensitygram showing you 0 dark umbral cores. And here's the 131 angstroms view, one of the crowd favorites. The aqua blue SDO 131 angstroms wavelength of ionized iron UV emission spectra. Yes, it's good times. Anyway, we're out. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, stare at the sun. Don't drink it. If you do, don't drive. And since it'll never be now again, may that solar wind be at your back, and those COVIDiots absent from your location.